I've mentioned this before. The media can be lazy sometimes. Sometimes you have to go out of your way to find some great players. Sometimes you're not watching East Coast, watching West Coast basketball. And I've told people, find the Golden State Warriors this year and watch Steph Curry develop into a great all-around player. Great shooter. We saw him March Madness, and then all of a sudden people wondered if he was going to be able to hold up to the rigors of the NBA. Klay Thompson, another great shooter. Golden State, Andrew Bogut. They lost David Lee, and here they are up 3-1, and they try to close out the Nuggets tonight. He's Steph Curry, Warriors guard, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. That's probably as complimentary as I've been to you in a long time.
That was solid. I appreciate that.
Do you agree with your coach that you and Klay Thompson, best deep shooters, backcourt in NBA history?
If we stay together, I feel like we have the potential to be. I guess coming from a guy like Coach who's played 17 years, coached now on this level, commentated on this level for many years after he played, and he said he grew up as a fan of basketball from an early age in New York. I mean, he's seen a lot of duos, so it's nice to be in that conversation. In my fourth year, Klay's second year, so we just got to be consistent with it, for however long we're together.
What was your reaction yesterday to the news with Jason Collins admitting that coming out of the closet, first openly gay athlete in major team sports?
I mean, you commend his courage. Obviously, he's one of the first ones to do it as an active player. I think it's okay that there's going to be differing opinions about it. Mine is I'm not going to judge another person based on who they are. So you got to commend his courage to do that. But everybody's gonna have a different opinion. As long as you're respectful about it, I don't see any problem with it.
Would you have a problem in the locker room if you knew that?
You'd have to think about it for sure, just because it's you haven't really crossed that situation before, and now it's in the open. You want everybody to be on the same page about it in the locker room so that there aren't any underlying problems. And I think it's a conversation that everybody can have.
But how would you go about that? Let's say Golden State signs Jason Collins next year.
I mean, I think he's confident enough now to just, sit in the locker room and have a conversation about how to, if there's any problems with any individual player, how to make everybody comfortable, but also not to infringe on any of his rights as well. So, that's something I don't know how it would go because that conversation hasn't happened yet.
He's Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors guard, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Give us an idea of what you got about 8 hours or so before game time. What's the day like? As soon as you hang up, what happens up until game time?
We go down and we have a little short walkthrough this afternoon to go over some adjustments that we've made from Game 4 to Game 5. A little breakfast, and then you just work on just relaxing and resting up until game time. So not much going on. A little TV, a little film study, a little therapy, and then get ready to go.
What TV will you watch? Or will you watch movies?
I might watch the Sports Center probably.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, don't you want to get away from it?
Well, I'm in playoff mode right now. I can't.
Okay.
I want to stay in it as much as I can. Obviously, I talk to my family a lot. That gets me away from basketball enough. So I like to just stay in playoff mode as much as I can.
Okay, but the difference between regular season mode and playoff mode for Steph Curry is what?
I mean, you're just locked into your opponent. Like I have dreams sometimes about what sets that Denver runs, and you try to figure out how you can make adjustments and do something better on the defensive end. I mean, you're locked into that opponent for 7 games. It's the first time that for me, that I've had to go through that experience. So it's fun. You enjoy the process.
What's your basketball nightmare?
Basketball nightmare?
Yeah. Do you have one where
going over? Shooting over, definitely.
So you've had those, like you wake up and you've gone to the line and you've airballed, or you haven't made a shot an entire game?
Yeah, and usually those dreams I'm shooting a lot. So,
but do you believe you can shoot yourself out of a slump in a game when you're struggling?
Yeah, as long as you're taking good shots. I mean, at a certain point, that becomes more important than forcing your way out of it. So you feel like if you're 0 for 11, if you have an open 3, or some kind of rhythm shot that you get confidence in to take it, you'll get out of that slump eventually.
Why is Andre Miller guarding you?
Well, he's not. I mean, so the third quarter last game, he wasn't supposed to. We ran some plays that.
Wait. Did you just say, well, he's not? I mean, he's trying to, but what you're saying is he's not guarding.
No, I was saying the matchups that were on the court that during that third quarter, he was guarding, I think, Jack for a while. And sometimes he's guarding Klay Thompson, but we ran some pick and rolls where he had to switch off on me. And I was able to attack and get in the paint. So that was just good offense.
Who can I'm not going to say shut you down, but who's the guy that you say, all right, you know what, that guy can do some damage to me defensively?
You hope nobody, just because sometimes you hope for a double team, and then I'm not going to force it, so that's why your assist numbers are up when you try to just make the right play. We have, so many guys on our team that are threats. I mean,
can anybody guard you one-on-one?
I mean, they can have probably a good possession or two where they force me into a tough shot, and hopefully I can. I still feel like I can make it with any kind of good defense. Let's put it that way.
I've told people if they're looking at form, the one thing you do, it's not that you have great lift, that you have the quick release, that you can get your shot. How did you learn how to do that? If a parent was going to teach their child how to emulate what you do with the release, what would you tell them?
I mean, when you're in the gym practicing, I used to practice with somebody would throw me the ball. Wherever I caught the ball from, I'd shoot it from that spot. So I would never drop the ball down lower than the level where I caught the pass, so that there wasn't any wasted motion. And that's just repetitions, just learning how to get comfortable with that. And even shooting off the dribble, you have to be comfortable enough to make a move and be able to pick that ball up off the ground and go right into your shot as quick as possible. So, I mean, it's all about practicing that way when you're in the gym by yourself.
You know the last time you had an offer for the game?
I'm sure y'all looked it up. I don't even know.
March 11th, 2012, against the Clippers. 0 for 3.
I must have got hurt.
I think you played the entire game.
Oh, dang. That was my only excuse.
So somebody on the Clippers shut you down. Probably Chris Paul.
March 11th, 2012. He was on the team then, huh?
Yeah, maybe he was in lockdown mode there.
I'll remember that next time.
Let people know what that feeling is like, and you had it this last game when you're in the zone.
I mean, you're just enjoying every aspect of the game. You kind of, it's just a supreme confidence. That's basically it. Like every shot you take, you have, utmost confidence is going in. The rim looks huge. It seems like everything that could go right in your shot, everything that could feel right in your shot is happening.
But by the way, you were hurt in that Clippers game. You only played one quarter. You were shut down for one quarter.
That's what I said.
All right. I'm just trying to see
if three shot attempts isn't like me.
No. Yeah, like 23 shots is more like. But when you get over half court, you have the green light?
I think so, yeah. I mean, within reason. Obviously, there are some heat checks that I can take, or some good pull-up threes that I can take that the coach has confidence in me to take. So I've been doing it all year, so I don't think there's been a situation where I've kind of put that green light or that shooting license in jeopardy.
You haven't gotten yelled at by Coach Jackson?
Oh yeah, I have before.
For what? Times. Defense?
No, just a quick shot. Defense too, but also a quick shot. Sometimes the game doesn't. You got to read the flow of the game. You don't need to shoot a pull-up three if you're up 6 with 2 minutes left. You need to move the clock down.
Yeah, but you took a pull-up three last game.
Well, I had made 7 in a row, so I had to.
Not that you kept track or anything.
Well, after the fact, I realized, but you could during the game. As soon as I got the ball, like the whole Oracle Arena stood up, and that's when I knew I had to shoot it.
Well, we appreciate you joining us on game day, and good luck tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right, Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors.